So we're doing this special for the web, and we're going to recap both of the fridges that you have analyzed for us, John, starting with Jasmine.
I would love to. I mean, you know, sometimes we have an overarching theme, and then we get into details. The number one theme of Jasmine is foodie. The girl's a foodie. Again, it's very unusual when you look in a fridge and you don't see a brand you recognize. You know, maybe they'll have this foodie brand or this food or this kind of gourmet thing. There's nothing in there that's recognizable to me. No brands.
Really?
It's all very specific. Again, who has, I mean, look, goat feta, I've seen it, but canned pickles and preserves. She's got bee pollen. Again, never heard of the thing. What's bee pollen? I mean, does she use it to eat or put on her skin? Like, I don't even know what she does with it. And kelp powder. What are we doing with the kelp powder? I mean, I guess she buys it, but I mean, there's definitely Little Creek salad dressing. She's very foodie, very specific. Now, she's also eating well. And again, if you're not taking care of yourself when you're single, most likely you're going to look even worse when you're married. Because life doesn't get any easier. It just doesn't. You know, life catches up when you have kids. You have less time to get to the gym, less time to eat well. So the fact is, you need to put your best foot forward, and Jasmine is putting her best foot forward again and again and again. I mean, this girl is eating extremely well. I don't know what she looks like, but my assumption, foxy figure. She's probably a very saucy-looking girl.
Let's show what Jasmine looks like. Get over here, foxy mama. Okay, can we get a shot of Jasmine here?
Hi, wow. Hi, Jasmine.
How accurate.
Nice to meet you. She's beautiful. Yes, absolutely.
There you go.
Are you a pescatarian?
I was a pescatarian for many years.
Okay.
But now I eat, you know, sustainably raised meat.
Okay, well, and again, that goes with your theme, very organic, and even conscious. Like, I could see you caring about the local guy, the local farmer, food to table, really caring about the local business rather than the big corporation. Like, at least from what I see in your fridge, that makes a lot of sense. I see that, and obviously the proof is in the pudding. You're taking care of yourself, and as a dater, are you single?
I have a boyfriend.
Lucky him. The reality is that you really want to put your best foot forward. You're obviously doing that.
And you're gluten-free, right? So you're very specific about your brands.
Not by choice, by you know, by an allergy.
Now, that being said, though, you're okay that he's not gluten-free, and you go to places that might have a gluten-free meal, but it's not all about the gluten-free thing.
Absolutely, he has his own food allergies, so we.
Okay,
yeah.
And that's what's important, because it's not like what's black and white. It's like what's right for you and your boyfriend, and the fact that. I don't care if, like, again, like, I want a drinker. If somebody didn't drink, that's fine, as long as they're okay with me drinking. Actually, no, I'd rather have a drinker.
I feel like I'm overhearing this conversation
so forget what I just said. If somebody
two.
doesn't drink, they're not right for me, I would never date you. So the reality is, it's obviously what you're doing is great. It's just a matter of, you're doing all the right things. You're eating well, you're putting your best foot forward, and at the same time, you're cool that your boyfriend has his own thing. Does he drink beer? Like, I don't see any beer in your fridge. Like, do you sometimes, is it like you'd share whose place you stay at?
No, I keep beer in my fridge for if I need help with a home repair or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I always have wine.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Yeah, I didn't see the beer in there. I don't know if it was not.
Well, it was Pilsner that my parents took off their boat and just left in there, so I didn't really feel like it was an accurate representation.
Oh, she's cheating! She's cheating!
It was on the wall. I didn't take it out.
Oh, okay.
It was like on the wall.
Okay. That's
okay.
great.
We got to get to Freddie's. We got to get to Freddie's fridge. Thank you, Jasmine.
Okay.
All right.
So I have to give a high five to her, and I have to give a high five to Jasmine's boyfriend. Good job, dude.
High five. Okay, Freddie's fridge looks like this.
Okay. The first thing well, first of all, again, overarching theme here. I think that Freddie is a hipster. That's just what I get from Freddie's fridge. But here's the thing. He's drinking Old Milwaukee. And any guy that's drinking Old Milwaukee or PBR, yet they could afford to buy a better brand, is like, I'm hipster, I'm cool, it's old school, it's not a great beer, but I'm so cool, I'm gonna drink it anyway. And you know what? I got facial hair. That's how cool I am.
Wow, so, it's like psychic fridge talk.
Like, that's what I see when I see Freddie. Now, at the same time, to give him some compliments, give him some kudos as well, the guy's a good host. I mean, the guy's got more than one beer brand. And again, if you see more than one beer brand in somebody's beer, you know what that says to me? You're catering to multiple tastes. But it's not just about you, it's about your guests. And obviously, he's got enough of his hipster beer that he could feed, you know, his entire block for a block party. But the reality is, he also has got jalapeno stuffed olives. He's got clamato. I think to myself, this guy's probably making some great homemade Bloody Marys. You know, he's about serving cocktail. And the guy is a salsa foodie. I mean, not only does he have one salsa, he's got multiple salsas. So it's really about, again, when it comes to dating, I want to see somebody who's putting their best date foot forward. And when we're prepared, we're more relaxed, we're more confident. This guy's prepared to have a girl over. He's prepared to have his buddies over too, and that's a good quality also. The fact is, when it comes to dating, what I'd love to see is that a person has a good group of friends. And Freddie looks like the kind of guy that he's got a group of friends, he's ready to host, and I really like to see that. He's also, look, he's healthy enough. Like it's not overwhelming healthy. It's not like Jasmine, because if Jasmine was a guy, I'd be worried. You know, the fact that Jasmine's a girl, that's great. So, you know, it's an interesting brand he has in there. He's got a guayaki yerba mate. That's a probiotic yogurt.
Really?
And it's interesting. When I see Activia in somebody's fridge, I say that's a no-no. Because when I see Activia, here's the thing. Have it, just hide it in the back. Because when I see Activia, you know what I think? Jamie Lee Curtis talking about how it's great to be regular. And when you start to date somebody, I'm sorry, I don't want to think about how often you go to the bathroom. At least not that early on. So the reality is that he's taking his probiotic yogurt, but at the same time, he's got the hipster probiotic yogurt. So
he is regular,
so nobody
but
knows what it is.
Yeah, he's not.
So it's the hipster regular. So the fact is, he's not broadcasting the regular. And you know what's so interesting about him compared to Jasmine? He's all about brands. He's very brand conscious. All his stuff in there. It shows to me also he's maybe a little bit more, I'm brand conscious, a little bit more media savvy of like I'm exposed to what's out there in the media, and because of that, like Old Milwaukee, let's be honest, those poster girls are hot.
They are hot.
So the reality is that might also like kind of impress him, but it's interesting that he's more about brands, and when somebody's very brand conscious, besides the fact I'm glad he's putting the money, because let's be honest, what we eat, what we drink, it goes in our body, it says who we are. He's paying for quality, and at the same time, he's brand conscious and he's being exposed to these brands. So it kind of gives us a clue. What's he reading? What's he watching? It gives insight into that.
So let's show you Freddie. Here's a still of Freddie Fredrickson. You pretty much hit the nail on the top of the head. There you go. You can follow John Stonehill on Twitter, or check theirfridge.com is a great place to go and learn more about what your fridge might say about who you are and what kind of date you might be. Thank you so much for coming,
Thank you so much
John.
for having me. It was a pleasure being on here.
I've been hanging out with a psychic, how you totally called Jasmine and Freddie. That's it for this online edition of Breakfast Television.